Okay, here we go. Hello there YouTube and welcome to a Revolting review. I am Random Ross and today, after revisiting the first one and redoing another review for it, I'm now reviewing the sequel. Yes, The Babysitter, Killer Queen. So this is the sequel to the 2017 film. This is written by Dan Lagana, Brad Morris, Jimmy Warden and McGee, directed by McGee, starring Judah Lewis, Emily Lind or something, Jenna Ortega, Robbie Amell, Andrew Bachelor or something, Leslie Bibb, Hana Mae Lee, Bella Thorne, Samara Weaving and Ken Marino. So this, as I've said already, is the sequel to 2017's The Babysitter, where it takes place 2 years after the events of the first one, where Cole is now a high school junior, and he's having therapy done because no one believed him about the events of the first film, and then he meets this girl named Melanie, who offers to take him to a lake so he can have a good time, and well, only to find at this lake where they're having a good time, it's all happening all over again. A satanic ritual and the gang from the first film come back, because they have a chance to do the ritual again, because if they don't do it again, it'll be another 2 years before they can do the whole damn ritual again. And again, it requires the blood of a sacrifice and an innocent. So there we go, because this is still fairly new. I want to keep it spoiler free as possible. So let's get to my likes and dislikes. First of all, I liked how the comedy in this. I liked how it was also treated I mean, the lad they had for Cole, he's obviously had a growth spurt and shot up, and he has grown, and he, puberty hit him like a ton of bricks. But I still like how he's in his character of Cole and how he does in this. In fact, I think he's a bit better in this one. I also liked the gang from the first film. They were funny and hilarious and crazy and more nuttier than the first film. This time they were like, I don't know, satanic spirits or demons or something. But yeah, again, they were just so nuts, and they died in the most hilarious slapstick ways. I also like the character of Melanie. Now, I won't give too much away on her, but she's quite a surprising character, I gotta say. But like I say, spoiler free. I also enjoyed how over the top this were with the gore. Now, a lot of the gore was CGI. They definitely went a bit overboard with the CGI in the whole film, with the blood splatter and the rocks and everything. But yeah, that's what they did. Sometimes though, I didn't like how bad the CGI was and how it took us out of the film. Kind of felt really B-movie-ish, but yeah, but still, it had okay CGI. I also like the setting and the location this time. The first film they were within a house. This time they were on a lake where there was loads of rocks and a canyon, and it looked like a canyon and stuff, and was all, a different setting. I also liked the soundtrack and the score in this too, and the comedy. And I also liked, now here's a little minor spoiler, I also liked that Samara Weaving returned. Yes. Now, she wasn't promoted in any of the trailers, maybe just a glimpse of her in one trailer, but they definitely kept her out of the marketing, and she's not even on the poster. She does return as Bee, but in a more smaller role this time, a more minor part, and she was great in it still. I liked her, she had very little screen time in this. She came back in like flashbacks, and and then returned for a brief moment. I won't give too much away why she comes back or how she comes back, but let's just say she comes back and she makes her screen time the limited time she has count, and she was great in that. So I like that they brought Samara Weaving back, because when I thought, oh, they're not bringing back Samara Weaving, I was like, oh, come on, they got to do that. But yeah, they did bring her back, and I'm happy about that. I'm glad that we got to see her again in this. Probably couldn't afford her as well as they could in the first film, because she's obviously come a long way since that film. The first movie is what introduced me to her, and and I think now she's, starting to overshadow her uncle, Hugo Weaving. But still, I loved her part in it. I also like that we got some new faces in this, as well as some old ones, and that was great. Even a new love interest for Cole as well. And still, I liked a lot of the pop culture. Well, they made a few pop culture references, like a Jordan Peele one. And yeah, I surprisingly, this film was surprisingly good, and I wasn't expecting it to be as good. But I'm glad they brought Samara Weaving back, so it wasn't as disappointing as I thought it were. Now for the negatives, because I do have a few on that. Now, sequels can be hard to top the predecessor, and did this one do it? Nah, it didn't for me, and probably a lot of people. But it's still a fun sequel. It's still a fun film to watch, not to take seriously, just something to enjoy, have a laugh and everything, because that's exactly what I did when I was watching this. And it was a fun watch. I mean, would I watch it again anytime soon? Probably not. I mean, I watched the first one again for the 4th time, but I watched it 4th time. This one I'll probably, if they were to do a 3rd film, maybe I would rewatch this again. But right now, a 3rd film, I'm not even, will there be a Babysitter 3? I don't know. Do we need one? I don't think so. Because, well, just check that out for yourself. And I doubt they'll make a 3rd film, because we don't need one. But I still enjoyed this film. I still liked it, not as much as the first film, but was still enjoyable. So, so don't believe all the negatives you hear about this. If you like the first film, you will like this one. So, ratings now. I'm going to give The Babysitter Killer Queen. You know what, I'll give this one a 3.5 machetes out of 5 this time round. 3.5 machetes out of 5 for The Babysitter Killer Queen. So, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Have you seen this one? And also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. No pressure, but it would mean a great deal to me if you did. And to hit that notification bell. All my social media links are down below in the description. I upload main videos every Friday and horror reviews whenever, because that's the random bit of this channel. So yeah, I've been Random Ross. This has been a Revolting review, and until next time, don't have nightmares.